The Great Pyramid of Giza. For nearly 5,000 years, we've been told a simple story. Pharaoh Khufu built this colossal monument as his tomb, constructed by thousands of workers in just 20 short years, armed with nothing but primitive copper chisels, ropes, and sheer determination. As you can see, there's a lot of metal involved, but very little stone actually being shaped. But here's the problem. Almost everything you've ever learned about the pyramids isn't based on solid facts. It's based on educated guesses at best. So what if the real story isn't just incomplete, but deliberately hidden? At the heart of this mystery stands one man, Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egypt's most powerful archaeologist. For decades, Hawass alone has controlled every excavation, every discovery, and every ancient secret buried beneath Egypt's sands.
Killing that has been closed. Why have to open the theory again?
The theory is not closed.
It is closed.
No, it's not. It's not closed, Zahi.
Okay, I closed it.
And I am
all
presenting.
the world is closed it.
I am presenting my own theory.
Okay, I'm not going to attempt this.
Even before a word is exchanged, one image.
But here's where things get strange. Instead of encouraging fresh ideas and discoveries, Hawass is infamous for blocking independent research and silencing alternative theories, especially those that challenge the official narrative he's worked so hard to uphold.
The information that's written on pyramids are wrong.
Most of it?
Most of it.
In archaeology books?
In archaeology books.
Really?
Except me.
Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but it does raise questions. Why exactly has Hawass fought so fiercely to stop certain explorations? Why shut down research right when groundbreaking discoveries are about to be made? Discoveries that could rewrite human history. Is he protecting Egypt's heritage? Or is he protecting something else entirely? If you've ever wondered whether there's more to the pyramids than meets the eye, trust me, you'll want to keep watching, because tonight we're diving deep into evidence that has baffled scientists, frustrated archaeologists, and left historians speechless. From hidden chambers sealed for thousands of years to precision stonework that's difficult to replicate even today, the truth behind this monument is far stranger, and perhaps far older, than mainstream Egyptology admits. Could the Great Pyramid really have been built using basic hand tools, ropes, and wooden rollers, as historians claim? Or was it constructed with ancient technology we have yet to understand? And if so, who exactly built it, and why? Tonight, we peel back layers of secrecy, confront the gatekeepers of history, and reveal evidence hidden in plain sight. Because sometimes, history's greatest secrets aren't lost. They're buried by those who would rather you never ask the right questions. The answers you're about to discover might just change everything. When most people think of ancient Egypt, they imagine golden tombs, intricate hieroglyphs, and the iconic Great Pyramid rising from the desert sands. For years, we've been told this monument was built around 2550 BC by Pharaoh Khufu as a grand tomb constructed by thousands of laborers armed with simple tools. On the surface, it seems like an impressive human achievement. But the closer you look, the more the story begins to unravel. For one, there is surprisingly little solid evidence that Khufu actually built the Great Pyramid. The Egyptians recorded almost every aspect of life, from routine activities to royal events. Yet there is no clear documentation of the pyramid's construction. Some archaeologists cite faint markings found deep within hidden chambers, but these were discovered centuries after the pyramid was first explored, and their authenticity remains disputed. After all, just because someone's name is written on a structure doesn't mean they built it. The biggest inconsistency? The pyramid was supposedly a royal tomb, yet there are no hieroglyphs praising Khufu, no grave goods, no funerary art, and no trace of human remains. This is unlike every other known Egyptian royal tomb. So we have to ask, was it ever actually a tomb at all? Or was its purpose something far more complex, or even functional? Then there's the matter of construction. Modern architects are still stunned by how precisely the pyramid aligns with true north, accurate to just a fraction of a degree. Inside, granite blocks weighing up to 80 tons show signs of precise drilling and cutting that suggest machinery far beyond what copper tools could achieve. Engineer Christopher Dunn studied these stones and found perfectly round drill holes and precise surfaces that even modern tools struggle to recreate. Experiments using copper chisels have failed miserably. Tools wear out quickly and barely make a dent. So how did ancient builders do what we still can't? And there's another mystery. How did they light the inside of the pyramid? Torches or oil lamps would leave soot and smoke residue. Yet there are none. The passageways are clean. Could they have had access to a light source we don't yet understand? All of this points to one possibility. The builders had knowledge or technology far beyond what we credit them for. But instead of exploring this openly, mainstream archaeology, led by figures like Dr. Hawass, fiercely defends the status quo. Researchers like Robert Bauval, who proposed the Orion correlation theory, suggesting the pyramids mirror the stars of Orion's belt as they appeared around 10,500 BC, have faced aggressive pushback. And then there's Robert Schoch and John Anthony West, who analyzed water erosion patterns on the Sphinx. According to them, the erosion could only have come from heavy rainfall, which hasn't occurred in that region since 12,000 years ago, near the end of the last ice age. This would place the Sphinx in a timeline far older than dynastic Egypt, possibly built by a much earlier civilization and later restored, not created by the pharaohs. Geologists sided with West, while Egyptologists mostly ignored the findings, offering no convincing rebuttals. West is an academic's worst nightmare. He presents a theory that's well-researched, well-argued, beautifully written, and impossible to refute. So what do? They ignore him, hoping it'll go away, but it won't. So again, we ask, why the resistance? Is it truly about preservation or protecting institutional reputations? The mystery only deepens when we look inside the pyramid. In the 1990s, Rudolf Gantenbrink sent a small robot into a narrow shaft in the Queen's chamber. At the end of the shaft, he discovered a small limestone door with copper handles, now famously called Gantenbrink's door. Metal inside the pyramid? Highly unusual. Just as he was preparing to explore further, Egyptian authorities shut down his work. Years later, in 2002, National Geographic was allowed to drill a hole through the door, only to discover another sealed stone door behind it, which remains untouched to this day. And then in 2017, scientists using muon radiography, a type of cosmic ray scanning, discovered a massive hidden chamber above the Grand Gallery. Its purpose is unknown. Its contents? Still a mystery. All requests to explore it denied. Engineer Christopher Dunn also found machine-like tool marks inside the King's chamber. The granite blocks used there are incredibly hard. Using primitive tools would have been nearly impossible. Then there's the logistics. Some of the stones used in the pyramid weigh up to 80 tons and were brought from quarries over 500 miles away. How were they moved? We don't know. Even modern transport equipment would struggle with that task. All this suggests something profound. Either the Egyptians possessed lost, advanced knowledge, or they were building upon the legacy of a far older, forgotten civilization. Authors like Graham Hancock support this idea, pointing to sites like Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, a temple complex over 12,000 years old, built with knowledge that should not have existed in that era. So if the Great Pyramid is older than we think, if it wasn't a tomb, and if it required advanced technology, then we have to ask, who really built it, and why? Was it ancient humans with forgotten technology, or was knowledge passed down from a civilization lost to time, possibly destroyed by a global catastrophe? Either way, if mainstream archaeology refuses to investigate further, those answers may stay buried. For now. Please like the video and leave your thoughts about it in the comments. I need your support. Take good care of yourself.